All right, hola, bienvenidos. Welcome back. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys. So this is the cooler that I worked on recently that had the shorted wires, wouldn't come on. And now they called us for the AC unit, which is kind of funny because I don't think we're supposed to be working on it. Let me show you something real quick. So we got AON units. They thought it was a kitchen. The kitchen's fine. This is the back unit. I don't know anything about AON. This one, I think this one's on too. Yeah. But the front is not working. Now, this has a little bit of history. They called us out for this one. This building is new. Brand spanking new. So initially, what they had called us out for, this unit wouldn't turn on, which is the same issue today. We were going to install or I think we did, a motor starter, right? So we got our motor starter. That's what we could get here locally. My guy was saying that we're gonna have an issue with the duct. This one right here, the smoke detector. We were told to stop. So original company came out and I guess took care of it, and it stopped working again. When we were here on the motor starter, we noticed that this one has been spliced in, right? So this motor at some point gave out. That motor's been spliced in. If you compare it to the other one, it's a different motor altogether. You can tell it's a universal one. And then those wires, it's a different kind of wiring. So today they got a blank thermostat. So let's see. The thing visible is tripped. I'm gonna have to just start checking for power, checking fuses. I think last time the fuses were blown. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure where to even start. We're gonna figure it out together. I should have checked the breaker. Let me see if we even got power coming up. I'm telling you, it's windy. This whole roof is an inflatable today. So the whole side is inflated too. That side's not. And welcome back. Just in case this is a video, I'm gonna go up on the roof right now. We got an out of town, like 45 minutes to an hour out of town call for an AC unit down. It's Friday 7, I think it's already 8. Yeah, it's already after 8. I just got here. We're gonna get up on the roof, see what it is. More than likely, they did have a unit that had a leak last time, and I put dye in it because I could not find the leak on it. Nothing went off. I checked, I didn't see anything from the dye coming out, so I'm gonna take my dye kit up there, and then I'm assuming I just have to top off a unit, but just in case, welcome back to another video, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's the same unit or not. I'll go ask him right now, and then I'll get up on the roof. Yeah, never mind. One fan is out, so I'm gonna bring a fan motor with me. I got universal ones here. I didn't check the specs, but just in case, this is the only one I got anyway. So we'll take that, and then I have my probes. We'll check the pressure on the other one or see why it's short cycling like that. Oh, now you want to stay on. Oh, there we go. Just want to see what we're dealing with. 157. It's not registering. Let's shut this off. Whoa. The one in the back had a stain. I don't think I see a stain on this one. Let's open this up real quick. All right, so nothing is iced up. We do have a cold line. Now, take a look at this real quick before I assume anything. Outdoor fan motor and compressor on the same contactor. All right. Okay, so what I need to see is it on for a while. $140, $130. The low side, is it this one? Yeah, high side this one. Now it's staying on. What the hell? Just kind of wait for it a little bit. I don't think it's a low charge. I can tell you that. All right, so I tapped into the high side. Maybe we're going off on high head pressure. I just realized usually they're different, but both high and low. There's a high pressure switch right there. A lot of these Rheems usually have a manual reset that I've seen. So they're both yellow. I didn't see that until right now. They're both yellow wires, so it could be either one because they're both going to be in series and then to the contactor. So if one trips, you know, it could be either one. I just saw yellow and I was looking for the low pressure. I'm also very tired, so whatever. So let's see if we're going off on high head there. One, yep. Nope. Let me put this panel back on. Like, this is so stupid. How do you want me to put the panel back on? But anyway, I don't see it going off yet on high head, so let her run a minute. See what that does and go from there. And then I'll move on to the motor. The motor shouldn't be that bad. I don't see either one tripping. I was gonna say, we just cleaned them a couple months ago. They're not due yet. But we have a lot of construction basically everywhere. So that dirt gets into everything. When the fan's on, it's tripping without, you know, the fan going out. Unlike the other one. The other one didn't even trip, which is crazy. The other one was running without a fan. Yeah, I don't see a fault here. Okay, it's climbing. That's it. Let's babysit this for a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of high, but I don't know. Oh, we're already gonna hit 400. It shouldn't trip in the low 400s. Like, it has to climb substantially from there for me to think anything's wrong with the coil. There it goes. That's the highest it can be right now. It's fresh outside. It's 83. Shouldn't not be anywhere near over. There we go. Yep, there we go. So it's getting basically to 600, tripping out. So I'm gonna just clean out the coil and see when they're due. I don't think they're due for like another 3 months, 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the water hose and then rinse this one out from the inside, outside, inside, just with water, just to get them by. And then I'll let them know that they're gonna need, or this one is gonna be priority for maintenance. And let's go replace the motor as well. Kind of hard to show, but you really got to get in there because that dirt lives in there. So like, I've already rinsed it, but you're gonna see that, like I said, it's hard to show, but there's a lot of black that just comes shooting out every now and then. So on these, you gotta take your time and push the water all the way through. We'll turn it on again, check pressures, make sure it doesn't trip. I don't have a blower right now, but it shouldn't be that bad. The water can get caught, but it's not hot out or anything. I don't see it being an issue where the water causes it to trip. I've never had it happen personally, but the pressures can be a little higher if these things are full of too much water. So it's getting to 100. Temperature wise, we will keep an eye on it wirelessly while we check over here. They all look real dirty. Walking is also short cycle. 103 temp, we're good. Up to almost 400. It's still kind of high. If it does it again, there's something up with that compressor. So this is the wrencher. I might need a bigger one. Motor does fit in here. I wedged in my light there, and we're gonna get ready. I gotta double check, make sure the wires aren't broken or something stupid, and then we'll change out the motor. Doesn't reach. Let's verify that. Well, first let's check the capacitor there. So we do indeed have 10 microfarads. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, spot on. So it's not that. I think I'm just gonna lift it up. Well, let's take it out and see how the blade turns. But since the capacitor is good, there's no reason this shouldn't be on the on these units. Kind of like I showed in the other one. It's wired in together on the contactor. So if the compressor's on, the motor should be on. Who's forgetting his screw? Spins freely. What? So that thing's about to trip again. I didn't bring any sandpaper. Alright, so disconnected everything there. We're going to replace the cap because the new one takes a 7.5, I believe. And we got 3 wires set up on this one. Just got all that. Alright, so it sits like this. That's going to be from the lead end counterclockwise. So this is a universal counterclockwise rotation at lead end. Should be the way it's wired up. I could be wrong. I think I screwed it up last time, but let's just do that. We'll leave that there. We'll zip tie all this. Bolts. And someone had asked last time, so the bolts, because the motor's gonna sit, I mean the fan blade's gonna sit pretty low on this one, so we're gonna need it here. These are plugs for the water. If there's any water that gets trapped in the motor, it needs a way out. These are drain plugs, so just make sure whichever way it's sitting, you take off the plug at the bottom. So we're gonna flip this over. This is technically the bottom plug. That's the one you want to remove. That way no water gets trapped in there and you don't have a callback or a failure on it. And I think that sits perfect. Alright, so on these universal motors, you do have the option for 4-wire or 3-wire. So this wire is one of your powers, so you would just basically, like I would put black back where it went. It was on this, basically like the L1, T1. The other one, you're gonna feed it here, but it's technically just jumped out to the third line. So I don't know, just to eliminate that, we're gonna cook it up directly. That's how you would get your, I'm off the highway, directly, and that's how you're gonna get your 208, and then you can just put your 2 wires. If you were doing it like original, if you have a more, you can't run it like this, everything's right here, so it's super easy for me to just kind of put everything wired straight in. But yeah, like you would put this in here and obviously it would be jumped. Then I think the brown and white is the one you would cap off. You would just use one end instead of both. But I'm gonna go ahead and just wire it the way it's supposed to be. I'll have to do the Ohm's law that you guys were telling me. I just go by experience and numbers. But I tell you, these, what brand is this? They all look the same. When they have that blue, purple contact in the middle, like that area. This one says what the hell does it say? Hvacr Controls, and I've seen other names on there, but it's that style. No matter if it's new or old, I'm always getting like right under 5 ohms. So I don't know. It wasn't shorting out. I was trying to tell some of the guys that that's the reading that I normally get, and somebody else online was doing a PM, and that's the reading they were getting too, and they had no issues with it. So we got Alright. Got everything tied in. I'm gonna zip tie this, pull everything back. We'll zip tie it right here. And then turn this on after we put all the screws back in. Alright, moment of truth. Make sure we didn't screw anything up. That's what I had said, right? Yeah, I'm blind. That's fine. There we go. Alright, so this one's good. That's a little concerning right there, but we'll see. So I think I just gave myself a different problem. Let's hook up to this one. Oh man. I think all of these have leaked. So my guess on the other one is if it did have a leak, because that's the issue that we have here, is that it's different companies that come out sometimes. My issue is going to be that I don't know the history on them, right? So like if somebody overcharged it, that's what I'm thinking happened. Because it's it looks like it's also flooding back to the compressor. Unless the blower's out, but I don't think so. Alright, I just realized my mic died, so I don't know if you guys were hearing me, but I'm surprised that this is not iced up, so we don't have any. You can tell the TXV was doing its thing, it's all sweating. So remember that spot that I mentioned? So I'm gonna have to bring out my leak detector, but it looks like there's oil right under that, like a spot. Let's just get the leak detector to verify that. So I'm going to investigate this one because it's wet up here. The others are dry. There's no rain, I don't think. We are 3 for 3 so far, so I got to clear that out. But I hope we're not iced up on this one. Okay, now we're good, thankfully, because this one had a leak that I did put that Spectraline stuff in there. So I just got to clear that out because there's water, it's all full in there, so we'll get that cleared out before we have any issues. But it's also probably just running. That's the only one that's working. There we go. It took a while. Nope, of course not. Still not draining. I'm gonna have to go and cut, which is annoying because all of this came apart. All of this is not glued, but this huge ass piece has a coupling that is glued, and that over there too. I can't even get into it. I have to cut it. I have to go get my PVC cutter, cut it here, and then drain it out both ways. Yep, completely clogged. I don't remember it being like that. Alright, so like if I check the coil, nothing. I got a little hit. So I'll have to verify that. I wasn't getting that right now. And then we check this in particular. Zero it out. It was going off right now. I don't know which way I pointed it at. Alright, zero it out. Oh shit, here it is. It's here. Nothing. Right? And then if I point it at the coil, it starts going off. Alright. Thought it was going to be an easy fix. Alright, so I don't know if it's focused. It's probably not where you can see it. But I can't even see it. It's right there we go. Right where the I can't remember how these work. I don't work on a lot of the microchannels, but right where it meets right into the coil, it's leaking. So usually with that, that's quite a bit of a leak. So we'll give them options, see if we can get that fixed for them. Alright, so this compressor is just getting super cold, and none of the compressors sound good on this. So I would assume I got refrigerant all the way through. Now we could be overcharged, which is going to be my next guess, because I thought maybe we had a clogged dryer or something, but the weird thing is that discharge is not really coming off the compressor is not really hot. The compressor itself, I think, overheats, but it feeds through the bottom first on this microchannel. But the weird part is that bottom part is the coolest part when it should be the warmest. And then when it goes, oh no, actually, my bad, it goes up here, right? Which is, it's still not even hot. So it goes up here and then it comes out through the bottom. Out through the bottom, if it's overcharged, it's gonna give you a whole bunch of headaches. So I'm gonna have to come back during the day to actually fix this one. Our dryer's right by the TXV. I'll run it one more time, but that it's not like icing up or anything, but it's like right here, so it's gonna be cold regardless. Let's try it one more time. I do have a lot of suction pressure. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're seeing this, that means I couldn't find the clip of me going back, but we did remove several pounds of refrigerant on that front one. So that one was overcharged. That was a whole headache that I had. So somebody went out there, pumped some extra refrigerant in, caused a whole bunch of problems, and it never worked. The middle one had the leak, which eventually maybe I'll post a video on that part, and just had a clogged drain. And then the back one had the leak in the coil, which I should have checked first, but I ended up replacing the motor. So when the motor was out, it was actually working because it could raise the pressure up basically because the coil got really warm. So when I went to put in the new motor, I was able to see that it was actually low on charge, causing it to short cycle because the fan turned on and the pressure dropped immediately. So that one had a leak in the coil. That's the one, if you've ever heard me on HVAC nights or anything like that, complain about ream or rude. I talked to several people. I talked to the distributor here. I talked to some higher ups because I had a whole, I don't even know what you call it, where they served food and had people come down, and it was like a counter day type of deal. Navac and all these other companies were there. I went and talked to some of the guys, and they're like, no, give me some info. Still didn't hear anything. I could not get that coil for that customer and another customer. And I was going to offer to repair it, but they call several companies, so I never know what's going on. And eventually somebody else just went and patched it. I think it's been working fine, so it was repaired, just not by us. So in a nutshell, a late night call turned into 3 different calls. Nothing was working properly. So like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Also, if you didn't notice, it is hoodie season finally. It's 60 degrees. I'm freezing my ass off over here. So if you guys want to go check out some merch, we got HVAC refrigeration for life hoodies, HVAC night hoodies, and a lot more coming through. I got some podcast stuff coming in trades we trust merch just dropped as well, if you guys are digging that style. So go check it out, reliablehvacr.net, or I'll leave the link down in the description. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this long video. See you guys.